Imagine never having to worry about your food spoiling again. Sounds like magic. It's not. Today we're uncovering a centuries-old method used by the Amish that could transform your food storage game forever. This method is known as the Amish water bath canning method, a traditional technique that's been perfected over generations. So what exactly is this method? It involves immersing jars of food in boiling water to create a vacuum seal, ensuring that the contents remain preserved for an extended period. Though it might seem simple, it's incredibly effective. This technique allows you to store foods for months or even years without the need for refrigeration. Why is this method so revolutionary? It offers a natural, cost-effective solution without the need for fancy equipment or preservatives. By heating the food to kill off bacteria, yeasts and molds, and then sealing it to prevent new contamination, this method stands out as a game changer in food preservation. Stick around as we explore how you can apply this method to keep your food fresh for longer. Plus, we'll introduce an incredible resource that delves even deeper into ancient preservation techniques. The book from Claude Davis on lost superfoods and preservation methods from wars reveals secrets passed down through history. Don't miss out on this essential guide. Water bath canning is a food preservation method that has been around for centuries. It involves heating jars of food in boiling water to create a vacuum seal which prevents microorganisms from spoiling the food. This method is especially effective for high-acid foods like fruits, tomatoes, and pickles. The origins of water bath canning trace back to the early 19th century when Nicolas Appert, a French chef and confectioner, developed the technique. His invention was revolutionary, providing a way to preserve food without refrigeration. Over time, this method spread across the globe and was adopted and refined by various cultures, including the Amish. The Amish community, known for its traditional practices and self-sufficiency, took water bath canning and adapted it to suit their needs. They perfected this method to ensure longevity and efficiency in food storage. By maintaining meticulous control over the canning process, they managed to enhance its effectiveness, ensuring that their preserved foods would last even longer. The process itself is quite straightforward. First, prepare your jars and lids. Ensure they are clean and sterilized to avoid any contamination. Next, fill the jars with your chosen food, leaving appropriate headspace as per the recipe. Once the jars are filled, secure the lids tightly. The filled jars are then placed in a canner filled with boiling water. The water needs to be at a rolling boil to ensure proper sealing. The jars remain in the boiling water for a specified amount of time depending on the type of food being preserved. This heat treatment kills any bacteria or yeast present and creates a vacuum seal as the jars cool. Once the jars are removed from the water and cooled, they should be checked to ensure that the lids are properly sealed. A well-sealed jar will have a concave lid and should not make a popping sound when pressed. This method is both simple and effective, making it a popular choice for those looking to preserve food in a cost-effective and natural way. The Amish have demonstrated how traditional methods can be adapted and perfected to meet modern needs while staying true to their roots. The Amish water bath canning method is a tested technique that ensures your food remains preserved and safe for long periods. Here's a detailed look at how this method is carried out from start to finish. Begin by selecting clean, high-quality canning jars. These are typically glass jars designed to withstand the canning process. Ensure that the jars are free of any cracks or chips, as these can compromise the seal. Wash the jars and lids thoroughly with hot soapy water and then sterilize them by boiling in a large pot of water for 10 minutes. This step is crucial for eliminating any potential bacteria or contaminants that could spoil your food. Next, prepare your food according to the recipe you're following. This may involve cooking, peeling, or slicing depending on what you're preserving. Once the food is ready, carefully fill the sterilized jars, leaving the recommended headspace as specified in your recipe. The headspace is the gap between the top of the food and the rim of the jar, which allows for the expansion of the food and the formation of a proper seal. With the jars filled, it's time to move on to the water bath canning process. Place a canner or large pot filled with water on the stove and bring it to a rolling boil. The water should be deep enough to cover the jars by at least one, and carefully place the filled jars into the boiling water using a jar lifter to avoid burns or breaks. The exact time for processing will vary depending on the type of food and its acidity. For most high-acid foods, the canning time ranges from 5 to 30 minutes. It's essential to follow the recipe's recommended processing time to ensure all bacteria are killed and a proper vacuum seal is created. The Amish method emphasizes maintaining a steady boil throughout the entire process to achieve optimal results. One unique aspect of the Amish approach is their meticulous attention to detail in maintaining the boiling temperature and ensuring the jars are not overcrowded. This careful management helps in achieving consistent results and prevents the jars from touching each other, which could affect the sealing process. Compared to modern canning methods, the Amish water bath canning method is often simpler and relies on traditional practices, while contemporary methods may use electric canners or pressure cookers for different types of food. The Amish method remains purely manual. This traditional approach emphasizes the importance of natural heat and careful handling to ensure the best preservation results. The benefits of using the Amish water bath canning method are substantial. It allows for long-term food storage without the need for refrigeration, making it ideal for preserving seasonal produce. The method also helps retain the taste and texture of the food, often resulting in products that taste as fresh as when they were first canned. Additionally, by using a natural preservative-free method, you ensure that your food is safe and free from harmful chemicals. The Amish water bath canning method offers a reliable and effective way to preserve food by following the detailed steps and paying attention to the unique aspects of this traditional technique. You can enjoy the benefits of long-term food storage, excellent taste retention, and peace of mind knowing that your food is safe and well preserved. The effectiveness of the water bath canning method in preserving food for extended periods is rooted in its scientific principles. Understanding these principles helps explain why this method can make food last seemingly forever. At its core, water bath canning works through heat and pressure to create a sealed environment that inhibits microbial growth. When jars filled with food are placed in boiling water, a high temperature destroys bacteria, yeasts, and molds that can cause spoilage. This process also helps deactivate enzymes that might otherwise break down the food over time. As the jars heat up, the air inside them expands and escapes. When the jars are removed from the boiling water and start to cool, a vacuum seal forms as the air inside contracts. This vacuum seal prevents new air from entering the jar, which would otherwise introduce contaminants and spoil the food. The primary goal of water bath canning is to create an environment that is inhospitable to microorganisms. By heating the food to a temperature that kills potential spoilage organisms and creating a vacuum seal, the method effectively locks out contaminants. The high temperature reached during the boiling process is sufficient to destroy most of the common bacteria and molds that can cause food to spoil. The vacuum seal created during cooling ensures that no new microorganisms can enter the jar. This combination of heat and vacuum effectively prevents spoilage and extends the shelf life of the food inside. Numerous examples illustrate the long-lasting effectiveness of water bath canning. Many people have successfully used this method to preserve fruits, vegetables, and other high-acid foods for decades. For instance, jars of home-canned tomatoes or peaches have been known to remain safe and edible for 20 years or more when stored properly in a cool, dark place. In one notable case, a family discovered a jar of homemade strawberry jam from the 1980s in their pantry. Despite its age, the jam was still safe to eat and retained its flavor thanks to the successful application of water bath canning principles. Another example includes jars of pickles that, after being canned using this method, were found to be perfectly preserved and tasty after 15 years. These real-life examples underscore the reliability of water bath canning for long-term food storage. When done correctly, this method can keep your food safe and delicious for an extended period, proving that traditional techniques can stand the test of time. To incorporate the Amish water bath canning method into your routine, start by gathering all the necessary supplies. You'll need canning jars with lids, a large pot or canner, jar lifters, a funnel, and a bubble remover or spatula. Ensure that everything is clean and in good condition before you begin. First, prepare your jars and lids. Wash them thoroughly with hot soapy water, then sterilize them by boiling in a large pot for 10 minutes. This step is essential to prevent contamination and ensure a proper seal. Next, prepare your food according to your chosen recipe. This might involve cooking, peeling, or slicing. Once the food is ready, carefully fill the sterilized jars using a funnel. Be sure to leave the recommended headspace, which is the space between the top of the food and the rim of the jar. Use a bubble remover to eliminate any trapped air bubbles. After filling the jars, wipe the rims with a clean, damp cloth to remove any food residue. Place the lids on the jars and screw on the metal bands until they are fingertip tight. This ensures that the lids will form a proper seal during the canning process. Now it's time to process the jars. Place them in the canner or pot filled with boiling water. Make sure the jars are fully submerged and that there is at least 1 inch of water above them. Process the jars according to the recipe's recommended time, maintaining a rolling boil throughout the entire processing period. Once the processing time is complete, carefully remove the jars from the boiling water using jar lifters. Place them on a clean towel or cooling rack and allow them to cool completely. After they have cooled, check the seals by pressing the center of each lid. It should not pop up and should feel firm. To ensure success with your canning project, avoid common mistakes such as overcrowding the jars or using damaged jars. Overcrowding can prevent proper heat distribution and sealing, while cracked or chipped jars can lead to seal failures. Store your canned goods in a cool, dark, and dry place to maintain their quality. Avoid exposing jars to sunlight or high temperatures. Regularly inspect your canning equipment for signs of wear and tear. Clean and sterilize your jars and lids before each use, and replace any damaged equipment as needed. Incorporating the Amish water bath canning method into your routine offers several benefits, particularly for frugal living. By preserving your own food, you can take advantage of seasonal produce and bulk purchases, which helps reduce grocery bills. Canning allows you to buy in-season items at lower prices and store them for later use. Additionally, canning helps reduce food waste by extending the shelf life of perishable items. You can use up surplus produce and avoid throwing away food that might otherwise spoil. Furthermore, having a stockpile of preserved food ensures food security, giving you control over your food supply and providing peace of mind during times of uncertainty. If you're fascinated by this method and want to explore even more about ancient preservation techniques, check out the book on lost superfoods and preservation methods from wars. It's the ultimate guide to preserving history and your food. Visit our website now to get your copy. By following these steps and tips, you can enjoy the benefits of long-term food storage, cost savings, reduced waste, and enhanced food security while embracing this time-honored tradition. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. In our next video, we'll reveal a surprising frugal tip that could change the way you think about saving money. Stay tuned. The Amish water bath canning method has long been celebrated for its practicality and efficiency in food preservation. This traditional technique is a cornerstone of Amish culture, reflecting their values of self-sufficiency and simplicity. By adhering to time-tested practices, they have managed to perfect a method that aligns with modern needs while staying true to their heritage. One of the key aspects of the Amish water bath canning method is the focus on natural preservation without the use of artificial additives or preservatives. This not only ensures the safety of the preserved food but also enhances its nutritional value and taste. The emphasis on using high-quality ingredients and careful handling further contributes to the reliability of this method. The simplicity of this method is one of its most appealing features. Unlike more complex preservation techniques that require specialized equipment or extensive technical knowledge, water bath canning can be carried out with basic tools and a little patience. The accessibility of this method makes it an ideal choice for individuals looking to preserve food at home, regardless of their level of expertise. In addition to its practicality, water bath canning also offers a unique sense of satisfaction and connection to tradition. The process of preparing, sealing, and storing food in jars evokes a sense of nostalgia and accomplishment. It is a reminder of the importance of resourcefulness and the value of preserving food for future use. While water bath canning is effective for high-acid foods, it is important to note its limitations. This method is not suitable for low-acid foods, such as meats, poultry, and most vegetables, which require the higher temperatures achieved through pressure canning to ensure safety. Understanding these distinctions is crucial for achieving the best results and avoiding potential health risks. The versatility of water bath canning is another noteworthy advantage. This method can be used to preserve a wide variety of high-acid foods, including fruits, jams, jellies, pickles, and tomato-based products. The ability to create a diverse range of preserved items allows individuals to enjoy their favorite seasonal foods year-round. The economic benefits of water bath canning are significant. By preserving food at home, individuals can save money on groceries and reduce their reliance on commercially processed products. This is particularly beneficial for those who grow their own produce, as it allows them to make the most of their harvest and minimize waste. Moreover, the practice of water bath canning fosters a sense of community and shared learning. Many families and communities come together to exchange recipes, tips, and techniques, creating opportunities for bonding and the preservation of cultural heritage. This collaborative spirit is a testament to the enduring appeal of traditional food preservation methods. The long shelf life of properly canned foods is another compelling reason to embrace this method. By following established guidelines and paying attention to detail, individuals can create a stockpile of preserved foods that remains safe and flavorful for years. This is particularly valuable in times of uncertainty, when access to fresh food may be limited. The Amish water bath canning method is more than just a practical tool for food preservation, it is a way of life that embodies the principles of sustainability, simplicity, and self-reliance. By adopting this method, individuals can enjoy the benefits of long-term food storage, reduced waste, and a deeper connection to their food and heritage. Incorporating this method into daily life requires a commitment to learning and practice. While the initial steps may seem daunting, the rewards of mastering this technique are well worth the effort. With time and experience, water bath canning can become a seamless and enjoyable part of any household routine. The enduring popularity of water bath canning is a testament to its effectiveness and relevance in today's world. As people seek sustainable and cost-effective solutions for food preservation, the principles and practices of this method continue to resonate. By embracing the Amish water bath canning method, individuals can take a step toward greater self-sufficiency and a more sustainable lifestyle.